Hey guys, it's your girl, the virtual IT chick here to bring you another video. So I'm pretty sure over the holidays you guys got a whole lot of new tech gadgets like iPads, iPods, MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, just a whole lot of Android technology and everything. Well, today I'm gonna focus on Apple products, and if you're new to like a MacBook Air or MacBook Pro or iMac, how you can stay safe and just some tips and tricks that might be useful and some misconceptions that people might have. I'm going to clear up for you today. So first of all, one of the main questions I get every time is, oh, is it true that Macs don't get viruses? Let me tell you guys, it's not true. Now, it's somewhat less likely if you take certain precautions. I mean, it doesn't happen as often, but it does happen. And it's because if you think about it, in businesses and a lot of homes and everywhere, you see PCs running what? Windows. So, of course, people put out all this malware and all these viruses for PCs because they're mass quantity. And Apple in the past wasn't as popular, so people weren't making viruses for Macs and MacBook Pros and all that. They weren't making viruses for that. But because they've increased in popularity, yes, they are out there. So the question to that would be, yes, they do. So sometimes you do have to make or take extra precautions. So I'm going to show you some quick and easy, somewhat non-expensive ways to keep yourself safe. So first of all, something you can do is that's really effective is just excuse me, changing your settings. So you go click on the Apple and go to System Preferences. Then you go to Security and Privacy. Okay. Click on the General tab. Now, with any computer period, they tell you to have at least 2 separate accounts, user accounts. And the reason for that is, one account is the admin account that has all the bells and whistles and all the access to everything. Okay? Then you need a separate account, which is the account that you use all the time, because if your computer just happens to get hacked, it'll probably be the account that you can pretty much just delete and keep it moving. It won't be the account that has all the access, so your privacy is like really compromised. So, of course, I have a password. Then down here where it says allowed apps to be downloaded from, they give you a few options, and I'm going to explain this to you. So, let me put in my password. This first option is to just allow apps to be downloaded from the Mac App Store. That will totally keep your Mac from getting viruses if that's all you do is download programs from the Mac App Store, because they've been tested. They know the developers that have access. They're not going to put any malware in there. And even if there is, and something happens, that's their responsibility. I'm pretty sure they'll compensate you if something gets out of hand, but that's like your safest bet. That's like your go-to, okay? This second option where it says Mac App Store and identify developers, this is like the best of both worlds, I guess you could say, because you can, download stuff from the Mac App Store, but if it's a well-known developer, they know this developer, they've been putting out these third-party apps, they know what they're doing, then you shouldn't have to worry about them either. So that's safe because these are well-known developers. They've worked with them, they're reputable, they're not putting out malware, they're not putting out viruses. So that's a good option. And then finally, there's anyone. That means you can go on the internet and any app that you want. It's not going to be scanned, through Apple system to check for it. I mean, if it has it, it has it. It's from anywhere. Any third party developer, people, ones that are not cleared and reputable, just anybody. That's the third option. Sometimes it's needed to use that, but often, more times than not, me personally, I stick with the one in the middle. So that's that part of it. Oops. Then File Vault. File Vault is where you turn this on. You see where it says turn on File Vault. You click that on. It generates you almost like a product key. And it encrypts your hard drive to keep it completely safe. It takes about 2 to 6 hours depending on how big your hard drive is and how much information you have on it. So it takes about 2 to 6 hours. And when it generates the product key, it asks you if you want to keep it on file yourself or if you want them to send it to the Apple Store. I've done this about 2 different times, and each time I'm just like, no, I'll keep track of my own situation. And how it works is once it's done encrypting, everything works exactly the same. And you still log in with the same password. It's like no extra password for you to have to log in with. It's the same one that you just log into your regular account with. So that's really good if you want to be like super, safe and protected with your stuff to encrypt the hard drive. Of course, you need the firewall on, and then you click firewall options. It gives you a list of programs that you want to let through the firewall. So if I was to, well, I would have to re-put my password in, but if I was to put my password in and click firewall options, it will give me a list of programs and ask me that I want to allow the connection past the firewall. So, you know. Then, certain programs that you download need access to control certain things in your computer. So you're giving them access to some of your privacy options. As you can see, I only have 4 of these. I'm really skeptical about certain things that I let see my private information. So yeah. Then another thing you can do is, just in case you didn't know, sorry guys, my computer's running a little slow because of my screen recording. There are some antivirus programs in the Mac App Store. Some free, some paid. There's a list of them, and some are free and some are paid. Because I'm fairly safe about what I do online, I do use one of these currently. And the one I find that serves my personal purposes is this one, which is Clamex. And this works pretty good. Now the thing is, all the time it's not you and what you do, it's other people. Because if somebody has a PC and they send you an attachment in an email and it has some kind of virus or malware attached to it, it can still get on your computer. This right here, because in the past I have gotten viruses on my laptop, and this scans for not only Mac viruses and threats, it also has the ability to detect Windows threats too. So that really comes in handy because it's not always you, it's when people send you stuff. So it works and it's really simple and it's free. Also, I wanted to give you guys a quick tip. Another quick tip is, if you're new to a Mac and you're like, oh, this Mac is nice, but how can I run, I miss my Windows, programs. I can't run my Windows programs, or does that mean I have to buy everything over again? The answer to that is no. There's two ways you can go about this, and I'm just going to quickly mention it right now, but I'm going to do a full video on your options when it comes to that. But you can, all Macs have a program built into it called Boot Camp. So what you would do is, you would go to your utilities. Sorry for my notifications, guys. I'll show you how to get those too. You go to Boot Camp Assistant and you continue. And what it is if you have a Windows CD at home or a ISO file, you can have what they call dual boot, where you not only have your Mac operating system, which the newest one is Yosemite. You not only have Yosemite running, but you can have Windows running too. Now, when you set up Windows through this, when you turn on the computer, it'll probably boot into Windows, but if you don't want it to, you want it to boot into Yosemite, you just, when the computer first comes on, you just press the Options key, and you see these two disk icons come up, and it'll say Windows and Yosemite, if that's what you named it. Or if you didn't name it anything, it'll just say Untitled. Untitled is Yosemite. So you just pick between the two that you want. And when you're installing this Windows on your Mac, you just make sure you have the ISO image or the Windows CD. You don't have to worry about finding the drivers or anything. You just need those two things and a small USB or a small external hard drive to download the drivers to it, just in case. You only have to do it once. And then you get taken to the screen where it asks you how much space you want to allocate to the Windows side, and just go from there. And you set up like you would on a fresh install for a normal Windows PC. And I haven't had any problems with this, guys. It works really smooth. And I chose to go this route because there's other ways to go. There's programs that are, some of them are called virtual, oh my goodness. You can run the operating system virtually. So it's a program that coincides with your Mac operating system, and it works together. Although some of those work really well, I found that you don't really get the full Windows experience. So if you want to get the full Windows experience, I would recommend that you use Boot Camp over the virtual programs. And the main ones you have to pay for, but there also are some free ones. So if you guys feel like you're more interested in finding out what the free ones are and just seeing, like I said, I'm going to do a video about all this in full later, but just kind of leave me a comment or something, or email or anything like that, and I'll be sure to make sure I address that. So this has just been a quick video on how to get started with your new MacBook and how to keep yourself safe and your MacBook or iMac running smoothly, without having to worry about viruses, or how to get the whole Windows experience if that's what you're looking for. So this has been your girl, the IT chick. Comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what kind of videos or tutorials you're interested in seeing. If you're having any computer problems or you need any computer maintenance or anything like that, hop on the internet and hit me up at www.thevirtualitchick. I'm on Google Plus. I'm on, you can send me an email to thevirtualitchick@gmail.com. I'm here for you. Comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.